Good afternoon. Appreciate you joining in with us this afternoon. And Kim and I are here with you today to share information about the housing benefits that you have available to you through your company's membership with Coastal Housing Partnership. So I'm the Executive Director of Coastal Housing Partnership, and Kim is our Program Manager. So we're delighted to answer any questions you have at any time. Reach out to us at the end of this presentation. Our contact information will be on the slide, and I'm delighted to help you in any way we can. So this is a webinar, so we can't see you or hear you. If you have any questions, and we hope you do, this is the time to get your questions answered. Please put them in the Q&A, and we will get to them at the end of our time together. This is just a 30-minute webinar, so Kim and I will talk for about 20 minutes, and then we'll have about 10 minutes to answer your questions. So put them in at any time they come to you. Don't worry about disturbing the presentation. We will answer those at the end. So we're looking forward to sharing with you, and hopefully if you have any questions after the webinar, you can reach out to us at any time.
Great, so let's get started. So Coastal Housing is a nonprofit organization, and we've been serving Santa Barbara and Ventura County for about 35 years. And really our goal is to help local employees reduce their housing costs, regardless of where you are in that housing cycle. And we want to help ultimately create a path to home ownership. And we do this by offering these benefits. So there's home buying education, home buying savings, refinance savings, rental housing assistance, and our new rental search site. And we'll go into each of these a bit further, but all of these benefits are available to you at no charge, and you can use them at any time. And any time that you think your housing situation is changing, you always want to check in with us at Coastal Housing to see if we can help save you money.
Okay, well, we'll start off with the rental benefit. Coastal Housing Partnership has partnered with a number of local landlords who will actually reduce the rent for our member employees. So if you're looking to get a new lease on an apartment or sometimes on a single family home, if you're working with one of the landlords that are on our list, you can save $600 a year on a studio or one bedroom. You can save $900 a year on a 2 or 3 bedroom. And these savings are as long as you are in that property and you retain your employment at your current company, which is a member of Coastal Housing Partnership. So this savings is not just for the first year, it continues on. So it's a nice savings. Hope you can take advantage of that and check out who's participating on our website. We also have savings on your moving costs. So if you're thinking about using a professional mover, we work with Move Green, and they take 10% off the cost of the move for labor and supplies. So if you need a professional mover, you can contact them and get a nice savings there.
Great. And our rental search site, it's really our newest program, and it's a great opportunity to find rentals in Santa Barbara County or Ventura County. And this site is only available to our employees of our member companies. So you will actually use your employee email to access the site at rentals.coastalhousing.org. And you will receive an invitation email to register and create a password. And once you're on the site, then you can kind of set up your search criteria. So you could say how many bedrooms you're looking for, if you need something that's pet friendly, whatever your search criteria is, you'll save it on the site. And then anytime a listing is posted that matches your search criteria, you will get an email notification. So it is a great way to find a rental if you are looking for that. But if you are also having a hard time and you're not finding what you're looking, you can email me directly, and I'm happy to help keep an eye out for you and understand your search criteria.
And if you are thinking about buying a home, it doesn't matter if you're a first-time home buyer or not. You can be a move-up buyer, getting back into the market, downsizing, whatever your situation is. If you're thinking about getting on your path to home ownership at some point, you want to know that we have a program that will help you save significantly on your closing costs. So generally, we can save you up to about 50% or more on your closing costs. And closing costs are in addition to your down payment. So sometimes they can be a bit of a surprise. And so if you can reduce those, that's a great way to reduce your costs of upfront ownership. So these savings come from contributions from your home buying team. So if you are working with professionals that are in the Coastal Housing Partnership Network, you can get significant savings on your closing costs. And those professionals that will be part of your home buying team are real estate agents, home inspection firms, lenders, and we talked about the moving services as well. So it's up to you who you choose to work with, but as long as you're working with someone within our network, there's a nice savings that you can take advantage of.
Great. And then if you go on our website at coastalhousing.org, you will see a tab on their website that says Network Partners. And this really lists all of the partners in our network. There's a drop-down menu also that allows you to search by what type of partner you're looking for, an agent, a lender. You can search by location and services. So it's a full directory that you have access to. Also under that Network Partners tab is a list of our Spanish-speaking lenders and agents. So it's all on our website, our Network Partners, for you to reference.
Great. Thanks, Kim. So here's an example of how this home buying benefit works. Sometimes it helps to see the numbers. We just used a $750,000 purchase. You can obviously, there's no restriction on what you're buying in terms of home price. But if you are using folks within the network for your home buying team, if you're using a lender within the network, you're typically going to save the processing fee and the credit report fee, saving you about $500. I'd like to be conservative in this example. So this is kind of the minimum that you would save from a lender or a real estate agent or home inspection firm. So you would check on our website to see what each of the network partners offer in terms of savings. But some of the lenders would waive the appraisal fee, or they would take off a flat $750 or $1,000 off of your closing costs. But this will pretty much be the minimum savings that you would have. If you're doing the home inspection, which we highly recommend you do a home inspection if you're buying a home, there's a 10% savings there, so saving you about $50. And that home inspection fee will vary depending on the size of your home. So there's also a saving with the real estate agent. And this is separated out a little bit when we do this credit to buyer, because it's you as the buyer are not paying your real estate agent. The seller pays both the listing agent or the selling agent and also the buying agent. So they're paying the commission to your agent. So it's a good idea to have an agent working with you. And in addition to that, if you are working with someone within our network, they'll actually contribute a portion of their commission back to you, and you can put that money toward other closing costs. So in this example, the $750,000 purchase, each of the agents, typically both the seller's agent and the buyer's agent, are making about 2.5% of the purchase price, which would be $18,750. Of that $18,750, your agent would contribute 20% of that toward your other closing costs. So now you have $3,750 to put toward other closing costs. So again, that's not a discount. You didn't pay it to begin with. It's just a source of funds to put towards your other closing costs. So in this example, you can see you're saving about $4,300 on your closing costs. It's a great contribution to those upfront costs. Now, you don't have to use all of the components of the home buying benefit. So say you have a friend who's a lender and you'd like to use that individual, that's fine. You could still take advantage of the home inspection saving as well as the real estate agent savings. So you would use whatever works for you, but the more you're able to use, the more you can save. And this will change depending on the price of the home. If you purchase a home that's less expensive, you would not have as much savings because it's a percentage of the purchase price. And if you're purchasing a home that's more, then you would have a higher savings.
Great. So we offer lots of webinars, and if you have, you probably went to our website to register for this webinar, and under the education tab, you'll see all of our webinars. We have some really great ones coming up, so I encourage you to register for that. But we do a free monthly educational home buying webinar, and we really walk through the steps of the home buying process, how you navigate getting a loan, talking about your credit scores, how loans are priced, what types of loans are out there, do you need 20% down, working with a real estate agent. All of these things we cover in that home buying webinar. And we know that this process can be really overwhelming. And so we want to remove that barrier for you and empower you and give you as much information as we can so you can come up with a game plan and really move forward on your path to home ownership.
Great. And these webinars are a great way to get that education on your schedule. So we found that we used to do in-person seminars, and the webinars really allow you to have a much more efficient way to get this information. And if you do miss a particular webinar that you're interested in, we can send you the recording of it. We encourage you to attend in person because then you can get your questions answered. And we'd like to really tailor it to your needs. But we can also send you a recording. And then another way of kind of working around your schedule, which is our goal, is just to get you the information in the way that makes sense for you, is we have an online home buying education tool. And you would go to our website, and it would just, when you click on the education tab, this page would come up. And this kind of just helps you wherever you are on your path to home ownership. Maybe you're still thinking about, does it even make sense for me to buy a home? So you're looking at pros and cons. What are the things that I should be evaluating? How do I decide if I should be a homeowner or not? Or maybe you've already selected a lender and you've gotten yourself pre-approved. Now you're trying to select a real estate agent. You click on number 4. How do I select a real estate agent? So what we've done with this education tool is tried to pull together kind of all of the essential information that you need in each of these areas and try to there's so much information on the internet. It can be confusing, overwhelming. We've just tried to really bring you the vital part of what you need to know. And then we also have links to areas if you're wanting a deeper dive in particular topics. So we just tried to make this a very useful tool for you and take you through all those steps of the path to home ownership. So I encourage you to take a look at that.
Great. And then one of the benefits that you can utilize is our mortgage refinance savings. So employees, again, can save costs on the closing costs for a refinance. And you can see all of our lenders, again, on our website under the network partners. And they will waive some of those upfront costs. So usually between $500 and $1,000 of savings. So if you're thinking of refinancing now or in the future, please keep us in mind so you can take advantage of the savings.
Okay, who is eligible? Anyone on this call is most likely eligible. So if you are an employee of one of Coastal Housing Partnership's member companies, you are eligible to use any of our benefits. So it doesn't matter how long you've been employed there. It doesn't matter if you're full-time or part-time. If you are an employee of one of Coastal Housing Partnership member companies, you're eligible to use the programs, and there's no charge to you, as Kim mentioned earlier. There's no income restrictions. This is not an affordable housing program, as long as you're working with the network partners that Coastal Housing Partnership works with, you can achieve savings. So it's important to recognize that those savings come from the network partners, not from Coastal Housing. So you don't want to call us and say, hey, I just bought a home. Can you send me a check? These savings come from the network partners. So it's important that you recognize who's within the network. We do not tell you who you need to use within our network. We just send you the list. You choose from that list, or you can check it on our website. So it's important that you work with someone who you're comfortable with, who you really connect with, and that you haven't been forced, to use someone because we said, well, you're number 7 caller and we're going to connect you up with the number 7 lender. That's up to you who you use. The purchase program is for any home that you find in Ventura County, Santa Barbara County, or San Luis Obispo County. So it doesn't matter what type of home it is. It can be a mobile home, single family home, condo, townhome, duplex, whatever you find that you would like to buy, you can use this program to help you. Again, it's not just a first-time home buyer, it's for anyone who's buying. And it can be a market rate unit or an affordable unit. So it's up to you. You would just take advantage of this by selecting members of your home buying team through our network.
So what you need to do if you want to take advantage of the home buying benefit, the mortgage refinance benefit, or the rental assistance benefit is get a letter of authorization. Again, you can go to our website, and on the home page, you'll see a square that says letter of authorization, and you'll submit that online, and we will send you a letter of authorization letter that you will then hand to any of the network partners that you're working with, whether that be an agent, a lender, a property manager. That you will give them that letter, and you want to let them know up front that you are with Coastal Housing, and make sure that they are still a network partner. Sometimes people change companies or fall off the list. So you want to ensure right up front that they know you're with Coastal Housing so you can get that savings.
Okay, it's time for your questions, and looks like we have a number of questions in the Q&A. While we're answering those questions, I want to make note that our contact information is on the screen now, both Kim's email and my email address, and the phone number and the website. So can jot that down if you like. And Kim, what are you seeing in the questions?
Yeah, I'll just kind of go through these questions, and again, don't hesitate to add those to the Q&A here. The first one is, does this service apply to me if I retire from the county?
Once you are retired, you are not eligible. So you would want to be using the benefits before retiring.
And then how does this program work with the California Employees Loan Program?
You would need to check with your lender, and that's a good thing to do, is to contact the lender and see how they can connect with that. As far as we're concerned, if you're using that benefit, if you're using one of our network partners, you would still have the savings. So that's a good question to ask a lender. And that's, really the best first step in buying a home is to go see a lender and see what you're eligible for and see what kind of benefits are out there. And but as far as our program is concerned, you can still take advantage of those savings with any other kind of loan program.
And the next one is, on the letter of authorization, ask for household income. Is that monthly? And yeah, actually you can, usually it's kind of your yearly annual income if you're able to note it that way, but that's usually what we ask for. And the second thing is, can we still receive rental assistance if we've already signed on to a lease?
So that's a good question. If you've signed on to a lease already, it doesn't go retroactive to your lease. But if you're in a property that has that participates with Coastal Housing Partnership and you are renewing your lease, you can check in with the sales office or the leasing office and ask if there's any eligible, not units, it doesn't go by units, it goes by number of units in a particular property. So you can see if there's anything available, and then you can get the discount on your renewal. you don't have to change units within that property. You would just ask to see if that's available at that point. So yes, you can take advantage of it on your lease renewal.
Yeah. So, and also again, the rental assistance only applies to properties that are part of the rental assistance program. So even if you're on our rental search site, not all of those properties participate in the rental assistance program. So that's all listed, the properties that are participants on our website. So it doesn't apply to every rental property out there.
Yeah.
And then it says, as a network member, if I'm considering purchasing a home in a different county, does your organization work with other counties? And unfortunately, we only work with Santa Barbara, Ventura, and San Luis Obispo. So those are the 3 counties that would apply, and that's where our network partners are from. So,
now, one point to make there is that the education still would be valuable to you in terms of it's going to be similar process to wherever you're buying in another county, but the actual closing costs that Kim mentioned would not be eligible.
Great. And then someone's asking to be added as a network partner, and you're welcome to email me directly and I can get you all of that paperwork for you to sign on as a network partner. We would love to have you. So another question is regarding rental assistance. Can I request for a rent reduction for a rental payment that I've already paid? You would not be able to do that, but
right, it's not retroactive.
Yeah, I've been living at one of the participant apartments for about 2 years and paid full rental fees, as I didn't know it was a program before. So, and when you do have your next lease renewal, you'll want to get a letter of authorization and see if they do have that rental assistance. They have a quota, right?
Yes, yeah, there's a quota on each property.
Yeah, so see if they do have an opening for when you do have a lease renewal to be able to take advantage of that rental assistance. And then the next question is, yes, we will be recording this presentation, so we'll send that out to you so that you have all the information. And then another question is, what is the minimum credit score that you can qualify?
Now, that from our standpoint, it doesn't matter. That's through the lender. So when you meet with the lender, there's a lot of different loan programs. So it really varies. There's some, generous loan programs available that have lower credit score minimums. So don't, self-eliminate. Don't rule yourself out thinking that you have a lower score and you might not be able to be eligible for loan programs. Talk to the lender. Let's find out what you are eligible for. And there are a number of programs that are available. Sometimes the interest rate can be a little bit higher, but sometimes that's not the case. So that's why it's so important to really take that first step and talk to a lender. And don't feel like you have to be ready to buy right away. Maybe you're not ready to buy for a couple of years. Still makes sense to go see a lender now. There's no charge for you to go through that process and get a pre-approval.
Great. This last one said that they actually used the program twice already, and it has been so much help to them. So that's wonderful to hear. And that, again, if you would like, and now you're a real estate agent, which is wonderful. And again, you can email me directly, and I'm happy to send you all the paperwork. If you'll let me know what real estate company you're with and your full name, I can get you started. So wonderful. And that's all the questions I see right now. Are there any other questions? Please, we'll wait just a moment to see if there are any other questions. And again, we so appreciate you joining us on your lunch hour. And we'll be doing these in the future. So if you have other coworkers, let them know about it.
Great. Oh, looks like something else might have popped in, Kim.
Let's see. Oh, here we go.
2 more.
Yeah, the rental assistance is not based on monetary need. Yeah. So again,
right. None of our programs are income restricted.
Is there such a thing as a prenuptial agreement when buying?
Oh, that's something to check with your lender and your attorney.
Okay, great. Okay. I think we have covered our questions today. But
Great,
again,
thank
you have our contact information. So if something comes up after we sign off on this webinar, we're happy to talk to you. So
And as Kim said, we'll be sending you the recording. Thanks so much for joining us.
yeah, thanks everyone. Have a good day.